Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Sherwin, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So I'm going to present. Just check, huh?
Sure, sir.
We can start actually now. Okay, I
Sure,
have
sure. No,
another.
it'll be better that we can start now.
Is it visible, Sherwin?
Yes, sir. You may start.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, so you can now start. Okay.
Okay. Abhay, if we could do the honors.
Yes. Good evening to each one of you present here today. I convey my regards to the chief guest of the day, Dr. Bhaskar Gupta. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation. Dr. Gupta wears many hats as an academic professional. His work, other than basic teaching, includes publishing and presenting several papers in national and international journals, working on various state and central government sponsored projects, as well as guiding tech projects. The schedule of the seminar will focus on the topic of investment and funding opportunities for young entrepreneurs. I ensure I ensure the seminar will be profitable and the next hour will be enjoyable and fruitful for every one of you. Handing over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Abhay, for such a nice introduction. Good evening to one and all present here for today's session on investment and funding opportunities for early stage entrepreneurs. So I'm very glad to take this session today for students community and for faculty members too. This is the demand of the modern era. So let me just express my sincere gratitude to the College of Engineering, FRCEC, Institutions Innovation Council 4.0, and this is one of the quarter activities of IIC cell, Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. So officially welcoming you all to this webinar on angel investment and venture capitalist funding opportunities for early stage entrepreneurs. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Loud and clear.
Okay. So, who are angel investors? Who are venture capitalists? Angel investors, VCs, can provide businesses with much needed growth capital. Here is how to find and secure funding from an angel. So, who are angel investors? Angel investors are the rich people who are going to provide you working capital for your startup, for your business venture, for your enterprise, where when you want to transform your innovative idea into the business opportunity. So certainly, when you are going to, want to open your business, want to run your business, you need working capital. In that case, no more people are there. In fact, in the early stages of any business cycle, you have to take risk. You are the moderate risk taker. So initial working capital requirement is more and no financial gain is there. But during the last stages of your business cycle, you can expect some, financial gain, revenue generation. But the topic is about how can we get funding support for our business ventures. So, what are the advantages? So, angel investing means you can approach your nearby accelerator, nearby incubators, Atal incubation centers are there. You might be having some incubation centers in your nearby area. So, so you can have working capital support from these angel investors by presenting your business pitch, your idea in front of them. And if they find something innovative, something creative in your idea, then only they are going to invest their money in your business venture and you can start your business. So, what are the main advantages? You can look at these, incubators, or angel investors are providing access to financing, adds credibility to a business, make business agreement flexible, helps build you brand, no need to pay monthly fee. So from where you get this list of angel investors, you have to approach, if you have some innovative idea, you have to approach your nearby incubator. These incubators, you have to, in fact, you have to take admission, like a student in these incubators. Incubators will shortlist, your application. Once you are shortlisted, they will be providing you co-working space, seed funding, mentoring support, access to local infrastructure, and will be providing you a list of angel investors. There are more than 100 angel investors in different fields. So it is dependent on you in which field you are working. Let it be agriculture related project, let it be mobile related company. So based on that you have to approach the concerned incubator from where you can get the working capital for starting your business. Angel investors place high value on the strength of a company's management team. Educating investors about the product or the service is key, especially for a technical startups. So if your startup is technology based startup, it could be you can develop some innovative product, you can offer some online service to the consumers and users. So there are different types of incubators around us. So based on your demand, you have to look, you have to see which incubator will be supporting you for your innovative product or the service or the process or the new technology developed by you. Like all investors, angels want to see a clear path to return on investment. Let me just share with you all, there is no equity share concept in the case of incubators. So normally if you are approaching accelerators, 6 to 8% equity stake is there defined by accelerators. But first you have to approach for pre-incubation, then incubation support, and finally to the accelerators. So and during incubation, you get a co-working space for a period of 2 to 3 years, and the incubator is not expecting any kind of revenue generation from you, but it is dependent on certain terms laid down by the incubator. This PPT is for business owners interested in obtaining angel investor funding. Angel funding sounds like it was sent from heaven, but you don't need a miracle to find it. By thinking critically and using your network, you can find the right investors for your business venture. So if you look at startup, everybody is knowing these days startup is usually can be defined as a small business unit which is founded by budding entrepreneurs who want to do something, who want to transform their innovative idea into a startup. So startup ecosystem, if you look at, it is about big companies like Ola, Uber, Misho, Airbnb, the Oyo rooms. Several universities are there having number of startups these days. Funding organizations, financial institutions around us, service providers, research organizations, support organizations. So startup always starts with innovative ideas, inventions, discoveries, and research. And of course, creativity and innovation. Startups at various stages, entrepreneurs, startup team members, investors, mentors who will be mentoring you, advisors, other entrepreneurial people, people from related organizations. So startup ecosystem has to be very clearly understood by you, but don't forget to innovate your process, your product or the service which you are going to offer. So try to empathize with the end users, try to implement the concept of design thinking like Apple Corporation, Toyota, Nike shoes. So what is the exact difference between angels and VCs? VC means virtual capitalists. The difference between angel investors could be an individual, usually has other full-time job. These are the rich people who want to invest their money for the profit. If they really look, if your business is, if your idea is really innovative, if you are going to develop some innovative product, some new process, or some new service with additional features, with value proposition, usually is not involved with your company directly, may not ask for board seat, wants bring product to market. They want to, once you are going to present your idea in front of them, your business pitch, they ask for your market segment, your branding methodology. How are you going to bring? Is your product fit for the market? How are you going to popularize it? Whether the customers are interested in your product, whether your product is having some additional features. So this is the main point, the angel investors are going to look for. Invest in the long term. So you get the support for a long period of time. Venture capital. What is venture capital? Money provided by investors to startup firms and small businesses with perceived long term growth potential. It is a very important source of funding for startups that do not have access to capital markets. It typically entails high risk for the investor, but it has the potential for above average returns. Most venture capital comes from a group of wealthy investors, investment banks, and other financial institutions that pool such investments or partnerships. This form of raising capital is popular among new companies or ventures which cannot raise funds by issuing debt. So, what is venture capital? It is a private or institutional investment made into early stage startup companies. As defined, ventures involve risk in the expectation of a sizable gain. Venture capital is money invested in businesses that are very small or exist only as an initiative but have huge potential to grow. The people who invest this money are called venture capitalists. So venture capitalists, please do remember, you can approach them after once your business is running properly. Otherwise, venture capitalists shall not. Features of venture capital investments: high risk, very high level of risk is involved, lack of liquidity, long term horizon, equity participation and capital gains. Venture capital investments are made in innovative projects. Suppliers of venture capital participate in the management of the company. So, what are the different methods of venture capital financing? You can go through equity, participating debentures, conditional traditional loan. What is the funding process? The venture capital funding process typically involves four important phases in the company's development. Well, first is idea generation, startup, ramp up, or exit. So what I want to tell you at this point of time, you have to understand your customer very carefully. As a budding entrepreneur, you have to develop the problem statement based on their wants and needs. Once you have developed the problem statement, you have to gradually move towards ideation. Ideation refers to the idea generation by using number of techniques available around us, like brainstorming sessions, mind-boggling techniques, brain mapping, brain writing. Number of techniques are there. So once you have developed some innovative, solution for the identified problem, you will be moving to the prototyping. So prototyping is the way to validate your idea, is to validate your experimental proof of concept, whether your idea is technically feasible, commercially viable, the product which you are developing is feasible or not. So during any startup journey, you have to be very careful about customer. If you are really not going to understand their needs and wants and have developed any product or service which you want to offer, I am damn sure your startup will fail and your idea will die. In India, in past decades, so many of, applied, registered as a startup with government of India. But you know what? 3/4 of the startups failed because they were all missing the concept of design thinking process, technology readiness level, product market fit, and of course, so many other concepts, experimental proof of concept. So entrepreneur is really a different person from the other people. Is it changing?
No, sir. It's stuck on funding process.
Okay, okay, I'm trying with. Okay, so what is the step one? Idea generation and submission of the business plan. First, you have to perform the ideation, where you have to generate some innovative idea and you have to add innovation, and where innovation comes from your creativity, imagination. There should be an executive summary of the business proposal. So you have to be ready with appropriate innovative business model like business model canvas, lean canvas model, which are the basic business modeling tools, and using lean startup methodology where you have to empathize with the users, customers in order to understand their wants and needs, and based on that you are going to make the necessary modifications in your product or service which you want to offer for commercialization or for scalability of your business. So your business proposal must be very brief. You have to be ready with your PowerPoint presentation about your business pitch which you want to pitch, and it must not be more than 10 PPTs, which you are going to present in front of them. Description of the opportunity and the market potential and the market size. You have to be very careful. What is your market segment? How are you going to expand your market? How are you going to survive? And who are your competitors? Everything is very, very important. You have to review on the existing and expected competitive scenario because this is the red ocean. detailed financial projections, details of the management of the company. So what I mean to say, you have to be ready with your business plan. It must be innovative business model where you are going to disrupt the existing market. You have to make use of incremental type of innovation, sustaining innovation, radical innovation, where there is some technological breakthrough, where you are going to transform the industry. You are going to create a new market like Apple and so many other renowned companies. And incremental, sustaining, and disruptive, radical, these are the four types of innovation which you have to use. Introductory meeting. Once the preliminary study is done by the VC and they find the project as per their preferences, there is a one-to-one meeting, face-to-face meeting, that is called for discussing about your project in details. After the meeting, the VC finally decides whether or not to move forward to the due diligence stage of the process. You have to be very, very careful when you are going to present your idea in front of VC or angel investors or successful entrepreneurs. Due diligence. The due diligence phase varies depending upon the nature of the business proposal. This process involves solving of queries related to customer references, product and business strategy evaluations, management interviews, and other such exchanges of information during this time period. Term sheets and funding. If the due diligence phase is satisfactory, the VC offers a term sheet, which is a non-binding document explaining the basic terms and conditions of the investment agreement. So at that time you have to sign the agreement. The term sheet is generally negotiable and must be agreed upon by both the parties, after which on completion of legal documents and legal due diligence, funds are made available to the startup companies or early stage entrepreneurs. So types of venture capital funding: seed funding, which is the basic, working capital; low level financing for providing and fructifying a new idea. So you can really develop some innovative and novel product by having seed funding support by the incubators or venture capitalists. Startup, new firms needing funds for expenses related with marketing and product development. First round, manufacturing and early sales funding. Second round is about operational capital given for early stage companies which are selling products but not returning a profit. Third round, also known as mezzanine financing. This is the money for expanding a newly beneficial company. Fourth round, also called bridge financing. Fourth round is proposed for financing the going public process. So if you look at the advantages of venture capital, they bring wealth and expertise to the company. Large sum of equity finance can be provided. The business does not stand the obligation to capital. It provides valuable information, resources, technical assistance to make a business successful. So what are the disadvantages? As the investors become part owners, the autonomy and control of the founder is lost. That is the disadvantage of VC. It is a lengthy and complex process. And do remember this, venture capitalists are having equity stake. So they are expecting some financial gain from your business. If your business is not generating any revenue for a longer time, they will ask you to return their money also sometimes. It is an uncertain form of financing. benefit from such financing can be realized in long run only. So I would suggest you that you can approach if you have some innovative idea, creative idea, you are early stage entrepreneur looking for working capital, seed funding support, approach nearby incubator or angel investors rather than approaching VCs. The last note is exit route. There are various exit options for venture capital to cash out their investment. IPO, promoter buyback, mergers and acquisitions, sale to other strategic investors. So if you look at this VC process, venture capital process, you will come to know it is about fundraising, source capital from banks, corporations, endowments, funds. Once fundraising is done, evaluation and investment will be there. Evaluate your opportunities. Once you have evaluated, you have to monitor the things, govern and steer portfolio of startups. Once monitoring is done, you have to exit, and the distribution is the last stage where distribute capital and investment proceeds in fund to limited and general partners. What is an angel investor? Angel investors are individuals or groups who are investing in early stage or startup companies in infancy in exchange for an equity ownership interest. Finding an angel investor is only half the battle. Though once you connect, you will have to successfully pitch your company to secure funding. Often but not always, angel investors are accredited by the Securities Exchange Commission. To be accredited, angel investors must have either annual earnings of at least 2 lakh US dollars per year over the past 2 years and projected similar near future earnings. This annual salary minimum increases to 3 lakh US dollars if the angel investor files taxes jointly with their spouse. A total net worth of at least 1 million US dollar. So what is an angel investors? Angel investors are individuals who invest in early stage companies in exchange for equity or convertible debt. In recent years, angel investing has expanded to include large groups of investors who each contribute a small amount in order to crowdfund a much larger investment. So pros and cons. Among the reasons you may want to seek funding from angel investors include angel investors may take larger risks. Unlike traditional debt financiers, angel investors are not beholden to banks or other institutions. This allows them to invest their money much more freely. As such, angel investors may be more likely to take investment risks virtually unheard of among banks and traditional debt financing providers. Your company can take less risk. Often angel investors don't require repayment if your company or startup fails. This arrangement is far less risky than funding your company through business loans or other debt financing routes that require repayment no matter how your company fares. So it is about angels' characteristics. They are adding value to your product, geographically dispersed, more permissive investors. Investment characteristics: seeks smaller deals, prefers startup and early stage, investing in all types of industry sectors like high-tech firms, added bonuses, leveraging effect, give loan guarantees, no high fee. Business angels' disadvantages are little follow-on money, want a say in firm, could turn on to be devils. No national reputation to leverage. Are few disadvantages of business angels. Angel investors are really knowledgeable. Most angel investors did not just magically acquire their massive amounts of money. They had to learn a ton along the way to grow their wealth. When an angel investor funds your company, you get access to the knowledge your investor has acquired and can use it to grow your own company. This background can prove especially helpful if your company is a startup. Although 9 in 10 startups fail, you know, angel investor knowledge can make your company the one success story. Despite these advantages, you may feel worry about turning to angel investors due to their primary and really only disadvantage. In exchange for their investment, your angel investor receives a stake in your startup, which has ramifications for your company's decision making. When an angel investor has a seat at your table financially, they also get a say in your operations. Do I want an angel? So what are the advantages? Fewer prejudices, may invest in earlier stage businesses, quicker decisions, flexibility is there, maybe cheaper, longer term view, hands-on experience and advice. So what are the disadvantages? Second round funding and less chance of syndication. Middle sum, less investment experience than VC firms, less prestigious than VC, buying a job, Midas complex. This setup means less independence in your business decisions, and in the case of an angel investor who owns more than 49% of your company, it means you are no longer the primary decision maker in your own startup. As such, if you want to retain executive independence, this one drawback of pursuing angel investor funding could outweigh the numerous advantages listed above. How do you raise angel funding? Angel investing is all about trust and relationships. It is not impossible to build relationships over the internet, but it can be hard. To get the best angel funding for your business, you will have to get out there and meet people. You can find angel investors at events such as fundraisers and conventions. There are also online platforms to help you find the right people before you connect in person. You can also look for angel investment networks or groups. If you are pitching angel networks, your success rate will probably decrease at least a little bit. After you find your potential investor, set up a time to meet with them independently so they can listen to your pitch. Polish your business pitch before your meeting with them. Your pitch should be succinct, clear, and memorable. Someone who doesn't know anything about you or your business should be able to learn everything they need to know just from that pitch. Draw up a thorough business plan as well. If you nail your pitch, that's the next thing your potential investor will ask for before you get any angel funding. How to raise funds for your business with the help of angel investments, startup accelerators, bootstrapping, funds through incubators, venture capitalists, crowdfunding approach. Key takeaway to raise angel funding. Attend conventions or find investors online, then pitch your business and present a innovative business plan. Where do you find angel investors? If you are not the fundraiser or convention type, then you are probably looking at online platforms. The three below platforms are among the most versatile angel investor search options for business owners of all strikes. Know who you are looking for, look close to home, comb through online properties, network, realize that many angels don't fly solo. Use the connection services available on the internet, frequent angel investor events, ask around locally, word of mouth, leverage the power of networking, local business and networking events, industry conferences and trade shows, alumni events, chamber of commerce meetings, volunteers, become a guest speaker, host your own event. So Angel Capital Association, the ACA is the world's largest angel investor association. Its membership includes tens of thousands of accredited investors and hundreds of angel groups seeking opportunities in United States of America. Angel Investment Network, both business owners and angel investors can use AIN to find opportunities. As a business owner, you can create an account and then search for investors or add a pitch to the network's online database, formerly known as Angels of Gust. To date, Gust has connected business owners with around $1 billion of angel investor money. It connects business owners with a single application that it sends to hundreds of angel groups that can then decide whether to pursue your company as a funding opportunity. So what are the key takeaways? Prominent online angel investor platforms include the Angel Capital Association, the Angel Investment Network, and GUST. What do angel investors look for in a company? If you are looking for an angel investor to fund your business, you may want to consider exactly what the investor is looking for to improve your chances of your success. Angel investors look for experienced management teams. Exceptional management is vital for any business. Three-quarters of survey respondents said the management team of a startup was their biggest consideration for investing. Startups are not only about the technology or business idea but also very much about the people behind them, said Swati Chaturvedi, Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Propel, a compelling experienced team that can sell the vision and the potential impact is key to the success and something savvy angels look at very closely. Some exceptional qualities to have as part of a management team are integrity, clarity of strategy and approach, professionalism and determination, Chaturvedi said. Angel investors need to understand your product or the service. We all want to know where our money is going. Angel investors want to understand exactly what they are financing, especially for startups in the technological field. Since angel investors are investing their own money, building their trust and establishing a relationship with them are key to gaining their support. More than 50% of respondents claimed this as one of their top reasons for investing, and 94% find it helpful to have subject matter experts explain the technologies within their company before investing. In fact, many choose not to invest in specific businesses due to their inability to grasp their technology. The easier we make it for angel investors to discover, evaluate, and participate in science and technology startups, the more we will see money going into these worthy companies and the benefits to humanity occur, Chaturvedi said. Angel investors want a clear path to realize a return on investment. Naturally, angel investors look for opportunities that will benefit them as well. Before anyone gives you angel funding, they need to know your predictions for the return on investment or how much money they stand to make it in comparison to how much they will risk on your business. Potential ROI was a top motivator for 49% of angels when making investment decisions. While some investors are indeed looking for financial compensation, not all are primarily interested in the money. Some want a different kind of return the ability to solve the world's biggest challenges through the businesses they fund. Nearly one third of angels choose to invest in a company based on its connection to important social issues. Having an impact matters, especially when it comes to investing in things like curing diseases, feeding a growing global population, fueling the planet with clean energy, and even taking us into space, said Lishang Wang, Propel co-founder and head of investor development in a statement. Science and technology startups especially should take note that when raising capital, they should emphasize the impact of their solution besides potential returns to investors. It's not only about the what, it is also about the so what. This survey was based on the responses of more than 200 active and aspiring angel investors. Angel investors look to fund potentially profitable businesses with experienced leadership and clearly outlined products and services. Angel investors typically want to receive 20% to 25 of your profit. However, how much you pay your angel investor depends on your initial contract. Hammer out these details before they give you any money and have a law draw up a contract which will make your angel investors feel safer in their investment. Unlike traditional VCs, angel investors make their investment decisions quickly and rarely requiring a broad seat as a condition of investment. They also usually invest smaller amounts of money than venture capitalists do. This makes them an attracting funding option for startups that don't need large investments and want to retain more control over their businesses. Is angel investing profitable? Angel investors can make a lot of money if they know what they are doing. But angel investing can be risky, so it's easy to lose a substantial amount of money as well. If you want to become an angel investor yourself, do your homework on the company you want to invest in and sign a contract before you hand over any funds. Potential startups that are worth the risk have knowledgeable leadership and thorough business plans as well as convincing pitches. Vet the startup's leaders as thoroughly as you would for any other significant new relationship, and your investments can pay off big time. So I have a list of angel investors like Indian Angel Network, B Founder Circle, Mumbai Angels, Pet Network, the Chennai Angels, Agility Ventures, Dexter Angels, Angel Bay, Hyderabad Angels. Here are 7 angel investor websites where you can start your search: Angel List, Life Science Angels, Technology Coast Angels, Golden Seeds LLC, Hyde Park Angels, Funders Club, Angel Investment Network. Thank you. Over to you. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Shall I leave now or are you go?
Just a second, sir. Just a second.
Okay, okay.
So good. Am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
You are audible.
Good evening to one and all present here. I want to express my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution to making this webinar a great success. As you all know, any event cannot be successful without people who dedicate their resource and time to make sure everything is faultless. I extend my gratitude to our honorable guest, Dr. Bhaskar Gupta, for taking out time from his busy schedule to grace the event. And special thanks to all the people who directly or indirectly helped the event successful. Thank you everyone.